What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and this is your Everton against West Ham match preview. Obviously, we usually did a talking transfer show today, but for obvious reasons, with Everton playing West Ham, it doesn't make sense to do that today. So, talking transfers will be back on Tuesday, guys, okay? So, don't panic. It's coming. Don't stress. Everton go to West Ham off the back of a home defeat to Villa, as usual, and West Ham come into the game off the back of a very good away performance at Burnley, a game that West Ham controlled, I would say. Don't get me wrong, Burnley did have a couple of chances, but for the whole, West Ham were a very good side and did a very, very good job. They dealt with the physicality of Burnley. They dealt with the physicality, and the defending from West Ham was really impressive. You know, they played Lanzini in a different position than usual. He was very much a centre midfielder, and he did a great job in the middle of the park. And, you know, Everton, you look at that West Ham side, and I said this before, I've said this on West Ham channels. There's no huge weaknesses in West Ham. You know, every single player does a job. Every single player works hard for the team. Every single one of those players, you know, might not be world-class named players, but what they are is grafters, hard workers, prepared to play for the manager. And that's what David Moyes has got. You know, they've got a team of hungry players who are prepared to break walls to get 3 points. And they've done it all season. You know, that's why they currently sit fifth in the league. That's why they're just outside the Champions League spots. That's why David Moyes has done such a good job. You know, this is what David Moyes instills in football teams. And again, I've said this before, you know, David Moyes as a manager does know how to get just a little bit more out of the players. You know, he gets them playing for the shirt, fighting for the badge and fighting for the fans. What's been interesting for me this season with West Ham is the fact that they're not playing in front of fans. And maybe that's been an advantage to them, you know, because it's not unfair to say that the fans didn't appreciate going to the new stadium and the promises not happening that the board had promised them. And I think the club has suffered as a result, not because of the fans, but because the fans haven't been backed and the board haven't delivered to them what they promised. Whereas this season, they haven't got any of that pressure. They've literally got a group of players who can go out every week, play completely free, no worry about what the fans think, certainly in home games. And they've got the second best home record in the league for a reason. You know, they've scored bags of goals for a reason. They are a good side. Everton go there, fourth best away record in the Premier League. A team that is definitely better away from home than they are at home. Everton's home form is an absolute joke, and don't even get me started on it. And this is something that Everton go into this game, and I am confident that Everton will perform better away at West Ham than they did at home against West Ham. You know, we've already beat them in the Carabao Cup this season. Fair enough. But we lack something in the Premier League at home. And this is why I'm half happy that we're away from home. You know, we could go to West Ham and we'll give it a go. No one's going to necessarily complain if we get absolutely turned over because we've been shit. We don't play attractive football. We don't have the personnel that Carlo wants. We all know that. Carlo's substitutions at times this season have been horrendous. You know, I'm not going to West Ham expecting Everton to get 3 points. Not even close. Do I think Everton are capable of going there and getting a draw? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I 100% believe that. You know, we beat Leicester away from home. We beat Arsenal. We beat Chelsea at home. We didn't beat them away. We got a draw at Man United. We haven't played Manchester City yet. We beat Tottenham. You know, we play better away from home. The only standout disappointing games for me away from home was the Burnley draw and Southampton and Newcastle away. Those games were horrendous. But apart from that, on the whole, we've done all right. So for me, Everton go there feeling positive because we're away from home, but there has to be a few changes. You know, we can't be bringing on Fabian Delph at 65 minutes if the game's 1-1. If you're going to go and win a game, go and win a game. Go and bring on attacking changes. You know, we've got Niels and Konku, who's just been voted in the Carabao team of the season. Hasn't played more than 10 games for Everton this season. You know, we can play on the left wing, can hurt teams. He allows you to play 4-4-2. Haven't seen it. So, for me, I just want to see a bit more from Everton. I really do. Now, I unfortunately haven't been able to watch the Everton press conference, and the reason for that is simple. Obviously, you all know about my granddad. He was in hospital. He's been poorly. I had to pick him up yesterday, and I went over and saw him earlier. So, look, I haven't been able to watch that preview yet, watch the press conference yet. So I'm hoping that Everton have got James and Doucouré back. But if we haven't, Everton have just got to go and attack. They've got to be more aggressive. They've got to be stronger. They've got to be able to break down the lines of West Ham. You know, West Ham have got Creswell on the left-hand side, who's got plenty of assists this season, supported Antonio up front with some good deliveries into the box. You know, they've got creativity with Lanzini, well, to be fair, a lot of their forward players are creative players. I mean, let's not rule out any of them. They're all creative players. And then they've got the little sprinkling, the little icing on top of the cake in Jesse Lingard. So West Ham have got a really strong side. So I'm worried. My Everton team, and please don't hold this against me, as I say, I haven't watched the press conference, but Pickford in goal, Luca Dean, Yuri Mina, Ben Godfrey and Seamus Coleman. Midfield, I wouldn't start Doucouré if he is fit, just because he hasn't played. So I'll go Allen and Davis and Sigurdsson. And then my front three, I'll go Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and James Rodriguez. I'm not saying that should be the team, because I would like to see more of some other players, but it's not going to happen. So that's the team that I hope is available. I hope James is available. I hope Doucouré can get himself back on the bench and maybe come on at 60 minutes and give us a bit more energy in the middle of the park. Sigurdsson can link up with James, which I think he did well a couple of weeks ago. So I hope that can happen. And we need more goals from Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin. You know, Calvert-Lewin scored 15 goals in the league this season. It's a good return, but he's barely scored in the second half of this season. You know, he scored a lot of goals in the first 10, 15 games of this season. Well, 10 games. We need more. We need more from him, because Everton are limping. Everton have limped from top of the league to Champions League to Europa League to mid-table. And we're just going to limp further and further. West Ham are comfortably going to be in Europe. And then it's a scrap up between us, Liverpool and Tottenham for 6th and 7th. It's tough. Plus, on top of that, we've got Arsenal 3 points behind us. Yes, we have got a game in hand, but we've got Arsenal 3 points behind us, and of course Leeds and Villa. So, again, tough games. Tough games, but Everton have got to go there and be positive. Score prediction, I'll go 2-2. I think Everton can score against West Ham, and I certainly think West Ham can score against Everton. I want to see Mina in the middle of the park with Godfrey. I think they are our two best centre-backs. Pickford's been strong lately. I think he was let down massively by Mason Holgate the other night. It was appalling. So we've just got to see how we manage Blues. But yeah, again, as always, I'm worried going into these games. A game that it does matter for Everton to get 3 points, because we can at least still put the pressure on the teams above us, who hopefully can drop a few points. If we're not winning these games, then we're completely out of it. So we need to somehow get 3 points out of the next 4 or 5 games that we've got left, in my opinion. We have to, because we've got some interesting fixtures. We've obviously got Villa. We've got Man City. We've got this West Ham side. They're games away from home that are tough games. We've got to try and get 9 points. You know, we've got Burnley. Not Burnley, sorry. We've got Sheffield United. We've got to try and get 3 points. That's at home. So, Everton really, seriously, in my opinion, need to pick up maximum points now until the end of the season. And being brutally honest, it's not going to happen. So, guys, look, I'm leaving it there. Thank you ever so much for the support over the last few days. I do just want to mention something. Chris Sutton has come out and he referred to Everton and Carlo Ancelotti as a chef without the ingredients. And I can semi-understand what he was saying, where Carlo hasn't got the team that he wants. But the way that he wrote it, or the way he spoke it, sort of referred to as if we're never going to have the ingredients. Now, we already know Chris Sutton doesn't like Everton. So I posted, Chris Sutton can fuck off, because he drives me mad. I can't stand him. So I have no problem saying that. I'd say it to his face. It's not like I'm saying anything disrespectful to his family or anything. I'm just saying he can fuck off. I've had a message from BT saying about online abuse, and I'm sorry, as someone who is absolutely massively against it, I think you're bang out of order. So, yeah, I think saying to someone to fuck off is not abusive, because I would say that to his face. I would say that to anyone that makes a point I disagree with. I would say, fuck off. You're talking shit. It's not like I've gone in and said, oh, his wife's this or his family's that. That's online abuse. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't talk about it. Don't waste my time. But yeah, apart from that, guys, all good. Stay safe, keep smiling, and remember, up the fucking toffees. Peace.